Hi everybody, it's Nick. I wanted to do a vlog today on mental health, but I wanted to talk about mental health in the moment and what we can do, what is the art of the possible. So we all have those days, don't we, where anxiety really becomes our master. And today is one of those days for me. And I know that this will pass, which is great. But I also know that when this is past, I won't be able to articulate so eloquently how it really feels in the moment, or what I can do to help myself. Excuse me, I am feeling a bit warm. I just come in from the garden. So my anxiety, well, really, if I'm honest, it kind of started building last night and reached a crescendo at about 3:30, 4 a.m. this morning, which is very normal. For me, if I'm going to get really bad anxiety, it's, the night is always the worst, particularly the middle of the night. And so I woke up at 4 a.m. very anxious about lots and lots of things. And how does that make you feel? Well, I feel fragile. I think fragile is the best word I can describe it. Very fragile and very raw. I'm, as you can probably see, I'm close to tears a lot, and it's actually quite difficult to explain why. And it's quite difficult to explain what I'm really anxious about. So there have been some physical things manifesting. There've been some physical things that have happened that all would seem not really worthy of this level of anxiety, really, if you were to stand back and look at it. And almost by even saying that, you kind of question, am I invalidating how I feel? No, I'm not. I think I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to observe. So a broken radiator, a leaking chimney where some water's coming in. What else? Some windows that are rotting. Interestingly, everything that's making me really anxious is to do with the home. And I think there's a big link between that and lockdown, because of course the thing that's happened in lockdown is that the safe haven we have is our home. But even before lockdown, the home was a big deal for me anyway. It was always my bolt hole, my escapism. And this anxiety has been building and building. And this morning, what I eventually did was I got up at 4 a.m. because it wasn't going off. And I made myself a cup of tea, because that is what I do. Made myself a cup of tea and read some very soothing, comforting books. Didn't read all of the books, just a few pages in them. And really tried to observe myself. And of course, all of these feelings of anxiety and stress and real negative feelings, they're absolutely fucking exhausting. And it's a vortex that you get caught up in. And you can probably just see by looking at me. I can just see by looking at me, my energy is really low. And I just fragile, vulnerable, raw. And actually what's at the heart of all of this, because the mistake I can make is I get so focused on the thing that I think is stressing me out that I don't really look at what the root cause is. And that's what I'm trying to get better at. It's a bit of a practice. And what sits behind every single thing that is triggering me is fear. Pure and utter fear. Fear of things going wrong. Fear of water getting into the house. Fear of not getting the radiator mended and my bedroom continuing to be a sauna that you can't sleep in. One of the dogs is really poorly. Horatio has had a really bad case of pancreatitis. I've just got back from the vet with him. So, the fear that sits behind that is, fuck, is he really ill? Is he going to die? And yeah, it's a bit like a tsunami, this anxiety. And I wish I could have a more eloquent description for you to say, the reason I feel so raw and scared and vulnerable is because of A, B, C and D. But it's just not that simple, is it? It's just not that simple when you suffer from anxiety. So what I have decided to do, it's now later in the morning, I've decided to really step back from my day and to keep everything simple. So what would you do if somebody had just come out of hospital, right, and they were recovering from an operation and their body was sore? You would tell them they needed to rest. You would tell them, you know, they needed to take care of themselves, they needed to rest, and they needed to heal. And yet we don't have that same conversation with ourselves when it's about mental health, when in actual fact that's what we need to do. So I have come upstairs to my bedroom, which is a bit of a sanctuary for me. I've brought my notebook. I've brought my laptop. I have forgotten my headphones. I'm going to go and get my headphones in a minute. And I am going to, and interestingly, my bedroom is all white, which is, I think, really interesting because that is such a pure spiritual colour. So I think it's a place where this is very simple. I need to pare back my day. I need to simplify my day as much as I can possibly simplify. I need to take all pressure off myself. I need to take ambitions away. I don't even know if I'll get out and walk the dogs today. I doubt that I will. I am going to sit in the most zen space I can find, which is my bedroom. I am going to, actually I might watch some Wayne Dyer videos to start off with. I'm going to write if I feel like writing. I've got some of my favourite books on the bed, and I'm just going to rest and escape into a bit of a bubble. And I'm going to stop thinking about these adult real life things for a bit because I'm getting overwhelmed by them. And you know, to a lot of people, they wouldn't sound overwhelming. And I don't know why I have such a disproportionate response to what should be seemingly simple things that I should be able to take in my stride, but I do. So I need to recognise that, and I need to allow the feelings flow. And I might do a bit of what Dr. Edith Eger suggests, which is when you are feeling feelings, it's really important to let them flow. So it might be that I need to sit here and cry for a bit until I can't cry anymore. And then it might be that I need to have a nap because that is really exhausting. And then it might be that I can watch some of Wayne Dyer's videos, or just listening to some comforting meditative music, or escaping into a lovely fantasy book, or having a daydream. But actually my mind needs to rest because it has not stopped since 4 a.m. this morning. And you know, and it's really exhausting trying to stop yourself falling into the abyss, into the vortex. And the reason that I'm doing this is I am trying to articulate, I guess, a mental health challenge when my mental health isn't feeling so great in the moment. When the anxiety is just overwhelming, and there's this big, hairy, fearful thing behind it, which I can't quite put my finger on at the minute, and I'm sure will come to me, but I can't quite put my finger on it in the minute. I just know I'm feeling very raw, very vulnerable, very fragile. Fragile is the word that keeps coming into mind for me. And these are the things that I am now going to do to try and create some space for myself, and to try and give myself some respite, just to stop the tsunami that I'm feeling, just to step back from it and give myself some respite. Because if we were physically ill, what would we do? We would rest and we would take care of ourselves. And that is I think, the really key point I'm trying to make here. You know, when we are feeling like this, we need to take care of ourselves. And this is what self-care is about. You know, this is what self-love is about. This is what self-acceptance is about. This is part of me. This is part of me. And, you know, it's a waste of energy beating myself up or saying, don't be like this, or look on the bright side, or snap out of it. Because it's not as simple as that. Because it's very, very difficult to switch this off and to stop it running away with you. And I think that the way that I can perhaps do that is in a very gentle way. It's in a very gentle and kind way, and kind of just being my own friend, holding my own hand, just to take me through these gentle, comforting steps until I feel less fragile and more able to be able to deal with the list of things that I need to deal with, which matter to me. I really hope that helps somebody. I really hope that that can help somebody else feel less alone. And there'll be other days when I vlog and you will see a very different me, because my energy will shift and I will be very happy. And I know this will pass, but it's really important when we say it's okay not to be okay. This is when it's not okay, and this is some self-care to help me reach a place where it is okay. Okay, but I hope that helps. Lots of love. Bye.